Alrighty, I am live. Sorry for posting this late. I had a bit of a family emergency that I had to deal with earlier in the week. Anyways, I'm Jessica Mendoza Figueroa, and this is week 2, the Learning and Teaching Interaction Outline, um, or the video post for Family Practicum class. A little bit about myself, really quick, since we're going to be in this little 4 people group for the rest of the semester, probably. I have 2 little boys, ages 4 and 2, and then I have 1 little girl on the way. She'll be here in June 1st, so probably end of May. We're really excited about that. And I'm a marriage and family major, obviously. And that kind of leads me into my introduction. Why did I choose this degree? Why, out of all things, did I choose marriage and family? Why does marriage um, and family lead to family life education, and what will that do for me and what can that do for others? I started out as an elementary education major, and when I kept getting upset over how crazy my parents were growing up and how they decided to do certain things certain ways, when I got married, it clicked with me that I wanted to make sure I was different than that, and that I was able to help others around me realize that it doesn't have to be like that. I chose this major because I wanted to act and help others to know how to help prevent and how to get out of situations that they may not be um, thinking that they were going to get themselves into in the beginning. We never know, when we get married, um, we think that everything is going to be fine. And then we get into this, little bump in the road and we think, oh no, what's going to happen? I want to be there for those people and be able to be that teacher to say, it's okay, but you need to work on blah, 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 or just be able to help prevent those problems. I want to be able to help people learn how to communicate, and I want to be able to help people learn how to cope and deal with stress in family trials. All these things were things growing up in my own life that we kind of failed as a family, and that we didn't. Um, my parents just kind of left us to do our own thing, and my parents definitely were not working on themselves, and so it was all kind of just thrown up in the air. Family life as education helped me to learn how to help others, and I am not done yet, but in my degree, and even when we finish our degree, it doesn't mean that we are done. We will always be learning, and we will always be able to change our uh, teaching ways, and that's something that's important to understand, that in family life education, it's never just the book. There's so many things that happen in life and so many new theories that come out that we need to be open and willing to change. uh, I will continue to obtain knowledge that I can share with others, and that they may too learn how to change their own ways with the world so that they can be safe. um, it will also, being a family life education, uh, or family life education, can also help deal with certain issues or problems that we cannot always prevent 100% of the time. Because sometimes we can go to a class and learn something, and say your spouse didn't go to the class, or your mom or dad didn't go to the class, whoever it may be, they might not know how to prevent that, and so something might pop up, and that doesn't mean it's your fault, but you having that ability to teach, or you having that ability to be in a class of a family life educator, you're able to help your own personal family get through that. Either way, family life education has helped me have a vision that not everything's not impossible, and that in every situation there's a easier outcome. Um, just talking doesn't always solve the issue, though. So you have to make sure that in everything that you do, as I'll mention, several times through this video, that we have um, scholarly resources behind us. On to the next point. Lesson 2, that was how to create family life prevention program. And I need to, I got this wrong really fast. Okay, sorry. My stopwatch stopped, and so I had to reset it. I don't want to take up too much time. How to create a family life prevention program. The first thing I really liked learning in this is there's 3 types of prevention. It said that, it's important to remember that we're not being a therapist. We're not, um, trying to get into the brain to solve the issues. We're trying to help prevent them beforehand. And while we can help prevent them in the middle of maybe a trial, uh, it's if we see that not a patient, if we see that a family or a person needs more help, that we suggest that they go see a therapist. The first one is primary prevention. That's where the family life educators help families develop the skills and knowledge necessary to form and maintain healthy relationships before a problem arises. The second one is secondary prevention, and this is while working with those that might already have a little bit of distress in their families or in their own personal life, and they're just trying to find a way to stop it where it is, fix it, and prevent it from happening again, or just prevent it from getting worse. Um, Territory prevention is those families that have a lot of distress, and sometimes in that situation, they're going to need to have more help than just a family life educator, just more help than me sitting down teaching them how to speak to someone. If that makes sense, they're going to have to need a therapist to help them get all their emotions out and be able to really focus on what needs to be done. The one that I, in my future, would really like to focus on and to help families and couples is the primary and secondary. I really want to be able to help families or like newlyweds or people even before being married to understand how important communication is. Communication is key for me. That's something that I really want to do in my near future, is to prevent something about communication and how essential that is, and how if communication isn't there, then a lot of things are lost. This can also be a secondary problem, a secondary prevention problem, as if something's not working and people are like, okay, I need to figure out what we're doing because we're not talking the right way, blah, 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 that I can be able to help them realize what they're doing wrong and how they can help themselves and prevent that from happening in their future. Creating a program. First of all the information that we use, we need to remember it has to be scientifically supported. I can't just say everything off the top of my head. That's not really going to help anybody. Even though I have, my own experiences and stuff like that, when I am talking to an audience and letting them know all these other background people, it will help them to really understand that, oh, this is something they really need to pay attention to, and it's not just something off the top of my head. There are 5 stages of development, and that's program analysis, problem design, pilot testing, advanced testing, and dissemination. The first 2 stages are kind of the formation. The second one, the second 2, pilot and advanced testing, those are the ones that are testing the theories and seeing if they're really working out. And the last one is where we put that project into, or that program into action to see how that turns out in the end. I had one important point on here that I really wanted to make sure I put. It says, always remember your personal word and opinion is not enough. And I mentioned it earlier, but sometimes I find myself having that problem where I, just focus on what I want to say and not other things. Leading on to chapter 16, I don't want to take up too much time, and I think I started my thing too late, so I might run over, so I apologize. Some of my own questions that I really wanted answers was, what if I create a program that I feel is not successful or people aren't benefiting from it? And the answer that I got after going through these chapters was that we need to be willing to change. If we find out what we're doing is not right, it's not bad for us to change or alter some things within our program or our marketing thing, that it's okay to change. The world changes all the time. Ideas change, theories, new things pop up all the time. And so it's okay to be able to do that. The social marketing magic I put, and that is when everything falls into place. The product is what everything comes together as in the end, what everything forms to be. The price we need to make sure it fits comfortably within the process, the people, and the factors in which we're teaching. We don't need to have an outrageous budget for a 15-minute class once a week or whatever it may be. The place, it should be a place that's safe and in an environment where people will feel safe to come, that they won't feel they are um, put out in the open and being picked on or anything like that. They need to feel trust and unity where they're coming. Uh, if we are in a partnership, which some of us are, and Caitlin is actually my partner, and so that's kind of cool. She's in this little group as well. We need to work together to see how we can um, make sure we're getting everything done as a team because it will benefit the group more as a whole. Purse strings, it says, don't be afraid to reach out for help from sources. This is for in our bigger future, not necessarily right now, but that we can reach out and ask for support from our public places around us. I would go on and mention all the principles, but I think I'm running out of time. So I really just wanted to make sure that we all understood, and something that really made sense to me, that now is our time to shine. We're almost done. We're ready to get this class um, proving our point that we're able to do these things, and it's okay. It's really important for me to we need to make sure we have those scholarly resources, and it's okay to make some changes. Sometimes, if one subject doesn't work or there's not enough knowledge or whatever, it's not bad to switch and say, okay, well, let's bring in this point and see how that works, because that might help more. But that's it for now. Sorry if this is too late. I don't really know. I will see you guys next week. Bye.